All right, guys. Here we go. Round 2.
Going live from
Rome. Hey, guys. Welcome back to Testing Normal. This is Curtis.
and this is Jordan.
This is a podcast where we talk about anything and everything we want to. So, we've had pretty crazy past 24 hours. Crazy. Flew basically like 18 of those hours, it seems like.
Gosh.
I
I looked it up. It's 5,700 miles from here back home
Yeah.
as the plane flies.
Yeah, as the plane flies, and as Superman flies, technically, probably. But yeah, dude, we're here. We're loud and we're proud, and we're just on an adventure. Yeah, just testing normal. That's what we're doing, man. We both like to have adventures and do travel, and so we said, hey, we both had a stretch of 5 days off, and we're like, dude, let's just do a crazy random trip. Let's just go for it. And our cool, awesome esposas were like, yeah, you guys should do it. So we're doing it. We've been already exploring quite a bit today. We went around the city and posted quite a few cool little pics and videos.
And there's this cool thing behind us. Apparently it's like an old clock from 10 BC.
Yeah, 10 BC. So Julius Caesar's son, I think it was Augustus.
Yeah.
He took it from Egypt, and it's basically like a massive sundial. You can't really see it that well, but in 10 BC, brought it from Europe and threw it in the middle of this like kind of, I don't know, town center area.
Well, yeah, it moved too. So at one point it fell, and then they repaired it, and it was a little bit further this way, actually, I believe, because there's like a government building right here, and there's like guards and stuff on it all the time,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's reconstructed and looks pretty cool. It was like the first thing we saw after we almost died on our taxi ride. Curtis, you made us ride a taxi in a taxi, and at first it started out okay. Then we almost hit 3 bikes, and then you tell people what happened.
Well, we almost hit several individuals. It's crazy. It's freaking chaos here, how they drive. But I kind of like it. I kind of like how there's no rules, basically, and people can just kind of drive throughout the streets. There's no like specific lane requirements or anything like that. And there's probably, I don't know, there's like lights and the stop signs and that sort of stuff, but it's crazy. But yeah, we were driving along, boom, everything's going good. And our taxi driver decides to cut off and turn around and kind of pass this other guy in front of us, and ended up having a near collision with the car in front of us. Everybody's freaking out, cars, pedestrians, everybody stopped and was looking at our taxi, and it was super awkward and crazy. But, when in Rome, mix it up a little bit, right?
Well, yeah. At one point, because I used to ride a motorcycle, and you did too, didn't you? You had like a little Enduro or something.
No, I had a Triumph Scrambler.
That's right, and you sold it to paint your house.
Yeah.
So being around cars is kind of crazy, but like they're not in charge. Like in the States, like you watch out, like bikes have the right of way and everything, and here it's like that is not the case. And he like tried to cut between, and he like raced a bike, and then the bike ended up running a red light, and it's all like these little cobblestones and everything that are like who knows how old, and it just doesn't it looks so uncomfortable, and all the cars look like they would just get beat up.
So anyways, after that, we were freaking toasted, exhausted, so we decided to just take a little nap. Took a little nap for a couple hours, and then got up, started walking around town, went through and got some pizza, and it was pretty damn good. And then we walked around. I think we walked just like 4 or 5 miles, and then saw some pretty cool sights. Went and walked and saw the Pantheon, which was nuts. That's a really cool building.
It was like mind-boggling. What was it, like 300 years it took them to build the stupid thing? And it's enormous. Like you can't even, like you walk up. We walked around a corner, and then just there it was. After following some people.
Yeah, so some interesting statistics. Dude, we're going to have a lot of TILs for you guys, but we're just a few. But interesting about the Pantheon. It holds a record for the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome, and presents no signs of weakening even more than 1,800 years after it was built. It was built 1,800 years ago, which is crazy.
Right, and I'll post a picture. Like the spot where people weren't crowding, and I think I mentioned this, but you were like on the phone or something because you had some sort of smoke alarm thing going on. Back home, like 5,700 miles away, some sort of weird things going on. He can explain it to you if he wants. The backside of it is just like untouched. It's still old and everything, but nobody goes to look at it. And I like have pictures from the back. I think I was trained to do that because of my dad. Most of our family photos had like pictures of manhole covers and stuff because my dad was obsessed with manhole covers.
Who isn't?
I mean, who isn't? Yeah. So, yeah. What other TILs do you have from today anymore?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch that are just kind of from different sites we were visiting, kind of different interesting things about Rome in particular. I guess some of the things I'll throw out there. Okay, so the Trevi Fountain, which is like this really cool looking fountain that has a bunch of
Is that the one
pretty designs. Yeah, we couldn't find it at first, and we ended up at this like massive monument to all the fallen soldiers of Italy, which was a really cool site. But
It was
anyway, so the Trevi Fountain, they were saying about $4,000 worth of coins every day gets thrown into that fountain.
What?
Yeah, $4,000 every day, and most of the money goes towards charities, like a supermarket for the needy and stuff like that. Which was like, dang, that's really cool.
How far away from it were we?
Oh, we're from our hotel. We can walk there in like 10 minutes.
We just didn't.
We just didn't. No, we're going there. We'll go there tomorrow. And then tomorrow we have a pretty cool little tour. We're going to be hiking around the Vatican, the St. Peter's Basilica, and the Colosseum. We can walk to. We can walk to any of those areas from our hotel, but it's just an extra. It's like a 20-minute walk, which
Right.
isn't terrible.
Right.
And we've got some really cool pictures so far. We've posted a couple of the ones and some funny ones on our Instagram if you want to go look at it there. And we'll continue to post. We'll probably put up like a photo album or something like that when we're all done. It's just kind of daunting to sit and edit it. And we're going to do some short videos. I think we did one about the pizza thing today. The pizza, I
Well,
think
we
I
did
said in the
Purple Rain.
video, we did Purple Rain, but that was Instagram Live.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the little short videos
Oh, yeah.
of us commenting on things. Yeah, to me, the pizza tasted like grilled cheese. And I think it was because they like make you the pizza and then they fold it in half and put it in paper and so you eat it kind of like a sandwich more than pizza.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where, I didn't think about this when we were doing that, but maybe that's where New Yorkers get the whole fold the pizza over and eat it thing. Like it's not actually their thing. It's actually a real pizza thing. So I don't know, but I'm having fun so far. Curtis is a lot more tired. We have a bidet in our room and neither one of us has been brave enough to use it.
It's just not a normal bidet. Also, Jordan has been tired as well. Don't let him try to act like he's freaking not. Whatever. We've both been tired.
I got tired
and
after a nap.
Jordan got tired after a nap. Yeah, exactly. So we both have really been acclimating to the crazy
feeling
quick
better
change.
now.
Yeah, I'm feeling good now. But we're also kind of like on our normal schedule what we would be back home.
But we're going to go to sleep.
But we're going to try to go to sleep. What were we talking about? Oh, so tomorrow, yeah, we're doing a little bit more hiking, a little more adventures. We're going to post some more
Colosseum.
pictures. We're going to do some Colosseum. Interesting fact about the Colosseum, guys, I'm going to throw out there. So they're gladiators who fought animals. Interesting thing, they often killed themselves rather than fight other prisoners or animals. And at one time, 29 prisoners strangled each other to death rather than fight in the arena. So they were like
Wait.
a group strangling.
They strangled each other?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they would have done anyway.
Right. But they did it. They did it on their own time. Okay, a couple other TILs I'm going to throw at you guys.
Yeah.
Today's I learned real quick. We're just going to do a short little podcast here, guys, since we got stuff to do. So let's see. Interesting thing. I was reading about this one Roman emperor. He was only emperor for less than a few months, and he was killed in the battle when he was fighting against the Germanic tribes, but he was killed by lightning.
What?
Yeah, freaking taken out by lightning, which was really crazy. Kind of a cool statistic. And then let's see here. Yeah, those are all basically the Roman stats that I have for you guys. You got any other TILs you want to throw out them?
Yeah, dude. Okay, listen to this one. Has nothing to do with Rome, but it's one I meant to do, I think, last week, and it just didn't. It didn't happen. Today I learned when a 36-year, and this last week I learned, when a 36-year-old Indian man who had been teased his entire life for looking pregnant got the condition checked out, the doctors ended up pulling out hair, hands, bones, and limbs of a man's twin brother who had been trapped in his twin as a fetus and continued to grow past birth from his stomach. In the dude's stomach.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Well, another thing that I learned this week that was not related to travel or anything like that. Well, kind of. We're talking like, out of the world travel. So astronauts of the Apollo program, they actually could not receive life insurance policies for their families because their mission was so risky. So what they did is, for all the family members, the Apollo captains and astronauts, they signed a bunch of autographed pictures so that way the families could sell them if they died and make money off of those. Yeah, because they couldn't get life insurance policies. Yeah, that was really interesting, I thought.
So another thing that this was another thing that was last week, and I can't remember what we talked about last week. It just sometimes subjects don't come up, but as I was rereading through them and getting notes ready like today and kind of tired, I was like, I actually found that really fascinating. What I stumbled on, and I'll put a link up because I don't want to mess up what we have going on here. But in Japan, they had farmed these trees in a certain way, and they wanted to do an experiment to figure out what's the most efficient way to grow trees. And so what ended up doing is making these like crop circles of trees in like the forest of Japan, and they figured out how to grow the wood with denser grain or wider grain for different like projects that they had. And so it was like a 50-year experiment, and now they don't really need them, and so now they just look like crop circles created in the trees. Anyway, all that to say, in the middle of it, these people were saying like, how many seconds it took to do this experiment. And so they were talking about the billions of seconds, which we've talked about before. So it's 1.5 billion seconds is around 50 years versus like 1.5 million seconds is like 11 days or something like that. And then 1.5 trillion seconds is like 40,000 years or something like that. Anyway, so someone broke it down based on money. And I don't know how they got onto the subject, but I thought it was hilarious the way that they did it. And I think it's cool in our political climate as people talk about, like, not like the wealth gap, not pay inequality, because we could get into a whole other episode about that. But they talked about $1.57 billion over 50 years is $1 per second. $60 per... It's $1 per second, $60 per minute. That's how much it would be if you had that much money.
Yeah.
So they broke it down even further. So $3,600 an hour, $28,800 per day for 8 hours. So if we take the 1.5 billion to be worth 50 years, Bloomberg, current runner, has 2,093 years of money. Okay, at $1 per second. Bill Gates has 3,666 years of money at $1 per second. Jeff Bezos has 4,300 years of money, and if Apple's value was liquidated in a vacuum, it would be worth 43,333 years of money at $1 per second.
That's crazy. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of math for someone that's really tired, though, too. So
I'm not tired.
Well, that's true. Well, you were reading it pretty good, though. You did good. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be hitting you with some live videos. Check us out. Testing Normal. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have any questions, any sites that you think we should visit. We haven't yet. Christina, hey Christina, hope you're doing good. Jono, hope you're doing good. Everybody out there, hope you're all having a great Sunday. It's almost Monday for us here.
It's crazy.
Super crazy. But yeah, that's most of the main stuff we wanted to hit you guys with. Just a quick little shout out. Also, kind of crazy little side note. I know it's not related to Italy or Rome or any of our travels, but it's crazy. Bernie's won the last 3 primary debate, vote sessions. So it looks like there might be a Bernie coming into the primary candidate for the Democrats, which is nuts.
How do you think that's gonna go?
I think it's gonna go. I don't know. I think it depends on how many people come out to vote. But I think it could go Bernie's way if Trump does burns some bridges. But
So
I don't know.
on that, we're not used to holding mics. Okay, and it is on a pin for those of you asking or wondering, not asking. I saw an interesting comment on how we do presidential candidate, because it always starts in the same states, so the same states get the kind of the attention, and then all of a sudden Oregon doesn't matter and all that kind of stuff because it's already kind of decided. Someone posted up, and it wasn't like a shower thought, but it really should have been, like, what if the state that won the voter turnout the the presidential
Yeah.
whatever or the primary prior for either one is the first state to go the next time. So it's like it becomes a
cool.
contest to get voter turnout.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Or they like get some type of bigger kickback the next year. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't think that.
Yeah,
I don't
why
think
not?
that would be.
Give them some funds. Dude, well, I think that's most of the stuff we wanted to throw at you guys.
We have some shower thoughts.
We have a couple little quick shower thoughts we'll throw at you.
Shower thoughts from Rome.
Shower thoughts from Rome.
Yeah. what
Because
about all
we
over
we had a shower, and it was a super
Shower
tiny shower
thoughts.
here. Okay.
Teacher.
So let's see here. Shower thought. First shower thought I'm gonna throw at you guys here for this week. Every James Bond movie or every James Bond has served the same queen. Think about that because she's been around for so long.
Well, that's similar to one of our shower thoughts like a few weeks back that was no king of England has ever been on the internet.
Yeah.
Here's mine. If essential oils were essential, Big Pharma would have bought them all out and quadrupled the prices.
Very true. Very true. No one has ever chopped off both of their hands with a knife. Kind of morbid.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Okay. Muffins are to cupcakes as smoothies are to milkshakes.
True. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Yeah. While we sleep, our brain makes up stories and then gets scared of them. So we get scared of our own made-up stories.
I had some messed up dreams napping today. This came from that same money forum, but somebody said this right before. It's reading half a century seems so much longer than 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You should do your last one, the Ledger. Heath Ledger.
Okay, this is for people who are Joker fans, and if not, go watch. Well, if you're a child, don't go watch the Joker. But if you're an adult of consenting age to watching those types of movies, go watch it because it's great. Ledger's Joker wanted to watch the world burn because he saw the world as a joke. Joaquin's Joker wanted to watch the world burn because the world saw him as a joke.
Deep. Super deep.
We both love that because we love that movie, and hopefully Jono gets to hear that as well
Yeah.
because he was a lover of that movie. So
Awesome.
anyway, we're gonna go to sleep now, and we're gonna make some more videos tomorrow
Yep.
and post some more stuff. So go follow us on Instagram.
And on Facebook.
Yep.
And watch out for Corona. Bob and weave, guys. Bob and weave.
Oh,
So are we.
Speaking of that, we have seen lots of people with masks, and also the customs check-in here was easy for us, but the line for China was like, all of you go over there.
Yeah.
Like it took maybe 2 minutes getting in here.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna sign up. He's getting tired and he's freezing
Jordan's
and he's
getting so tired.
and he's being such a wimp right now.
Jordan's getting so tired. He likes to try to make himself sound tough. So funny.
I'm not tired.
All right, guys. We'll check out our gram, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.